Okay, so first off, here's a little sneak peek of what we're going to do in this tutorial. We're going to turn our robot to a side view. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So you've got your robot character already drawn, and we are going to now select the entire character, and we're going to copy him, edit copy, and we're going to create a new document. So let's go File, New, and this time we're going to pick letter size, and we want to set from this orientation, we're going to set it to landscape, so it's wide. Okay, make sure your document is now in landscape mode. Hit create. Okay, and then we're going to paste, edit, paste. Okay, good. Now we need to hold shift. Make sure you hold shift. I'm going to type that down. Hold shift while scaling. Okay, and I am going to hold shift and do that for the text even. Hold shift while scaling, okay? And so I'm going to select this guy, hold shift, and scale him down. Now, one thing we need to do before we do that, something I forgot to tell you guys, okay? You need to do, you go edit, preferences, and we need to go to general. And you need to make sure you click this on. If it's like this, you're going to get weird effects with your outlines. You need to make sure it says Scale, Strokes, and Effects. Okay, make sure you just check that, and now go ahead and resize them. Okay, let's make them about yay big, and we'll set them up here. Let me just delete this now. Okay, so now we've got room for our second guy. So we're going to go ahead and select him, edit copy, edit paste in front, and simply drag him across. Hold shift while you drag him to make him go straight across perfectly. And there you have it. Okay, and so now let's just make some decisions here. We've got to decide on how wide we're going to make his head, and you know, and that sort of thing. I'm going to zoom in just one click. And so here we go. I'm going to first off work on his leg. So I'm going to select this leg and go Object, Group, and I'm going to select this other leg separately and say Object, Group. Okay, now if you notice, I'm going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard to move them. That leg is in front of the other leg, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure this leg goes in the back, and we also want this leg to be a bit darker. So we're going to take this tool, select this, change the gray to a darker gray because this is going to be his back leg. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the eyedropper to use the white arrow to select within a group the different objects and set the color, set the color a bit darker. Oh, Control Z, I selected the wrong thing. And because when it's in the back, it's going to be, the leg's going to be a little bit darker, like it's a little bit shaded. Now I'm going to I'm going to try to select the knee joint, and we're going to change that a bit. And let's get the foot and change it a bit. Okay, just one notch down. So remember I had web only colors checked. Okay, now we're going to simply move this into place, and this leg needs to go to the back, so we're going to go say Object, Arrange, Send to Back. Okay, voila. Now let's move this leg about there, and we'll move this one up a little bit. Okay, now let's move on. So let's go ahead and decide the width of our head. So the head has already been grouped. It's one big group, okay? And so to get inside there, we're going to double click. And now you can see that you are inside of a group. And I could select the head, and I'm going to go ahead and make the width of the head about yay big. Just got to make some decisions here. And I'm going to delete this eye. So edit clear. And I'm going to delete this too. I'm pushing backspace or delete on my keyboard, by the way. I'm going to move the eyeball up here for a bit, and I'm just going to shrink it. We'll work on this eyeball in a little bit later to make it look better. And I'm going to go ahead and move this over and make the ear, say, about like that. And I think I'll move the, what are we calling this? His light bulb. We'll move that up, move the jaw like this and like this. Okay, good. Now I double clicked to get out. So if you didn't catch that, you could just click layer 1 and then hit the arrow, and now you're back to the main scene, I guess you want to call it, main layer. Okay, and now his body. The body wasn't grouped, I see. So I'm going to go ahead and shrink his body about like that. And this part we wouldn't see when he's turned to the side. So I'm going to get rid of that. And we wouldn't see these if he's turned to the side. These pieces here, you might see, and maybe kind of narrow them a bit. Okay, so maybe you could kind of see these parts. Maybe you could kind of see them on the side. Okay, and now let's. I want to do something real quick. I'm going to select the arm, and I'm going to pull it over here away from his body. And I'm going to select this arm and pull it away a little bit. And I want to make sure that I have all of the body parts selected. And I'm going to group the body. Object, group. Okay? And now this body should be in front of this leg. So I'm going to go Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. And now his body is in front of his leg. Okay, so why don't you work on that for now, and I'm gonna cut this video so it doesn't get too long so I can upload it, and then we'll continue on with the arms in the next tutorial. Okay, have fun with that.